Hello and welcome to first video on my channel Tsar Gaming. We are playing Pacific Storm Allies today. This is a strategy game and I'll be focused on really deep strategy games on my channel, and although I will do some other games, but we'll be doing stuff like Hearts of Iron, Pacific Storm Allies, etc. This is the first video and I really want to show you this really great game. And this game was released, I think, 2007 or 2008, I'm not sure. I bought a boxed version before 4 years, and now you can purchase it on Steam for just few bucks, and it's really great game. But it had some issues in the past. It was very unplayable. There were a lot of bugs, crashes, players would lose their save games, and really it was unplayable. And now I patched the game to version 1.52, although it says it's 1.1, but that's just like, I don't know, some mistake. And I'm not playing the original game. I have a Rising Sun mode installed. This game is very moddable and there are a lot of mods for this game, and personally I think Rising Sun mod is the best. The Rising Sun is great guy. I contacted him and he told me everything about his mod, and what this mod really does, it improves the gameplay. He added a lot of new bases, new ships, aircraft, some bug fixes, and what's most important, this mod rebalanced the original game, and now it has more realism with resource management and stuff like that. We will be playing a historical campaign, so let me check this. I'll play as Japan, and let me just say all credits for this mod go to Rising Sun, and I'm very thankful for his assistance. So we'll be playing this game on normal, not because I'm pussy or I'm afraid of challenge. We'll be playing on normal because this game gets really weird when you play it on hard. The AI, Brits and USA, they just spawn their ships in middle of ocean, and they spawn like hundreds of ships, large fleets, dozens of aircraft carriers, dozens of battleships and stuff like that, and later in game there are so many of their fleets they just can't be defeated. So I'll play on normal. Rising Sun told me there's no AI spawn problem in normal. So let's start. Okay, just one thing to say. I'll be playing as Japan or Great Britain if there's enough of interest in this game. So if you really want me to play Great Britain or USA, write it down in comments, or just show me your gratitude and interest with views. So let's start. This game is like Total War games. It has a strategic map and tactical map. Really, the strategic map is whole Pacific theater, and you do battles on tactical maps. So let me see what is this window. Here we have little introduction in a situation in world during the beginning of World War II. Germans attacked Poland. They captured Holland, France, etc. Really, what this thing does, it introduces you in situation. There's a lot of text there, and this is our map. Here we can see there are a lot of colors. The blue represents USA, red is we, Japan, and green is British, and this purple are Dutch. Let me say something about these nations here. The US, they have just few Pacific bases and they hold on to Philippines, but they are not those bases are not very productive, except those in Philippines, but they are very undeveloped. USA has a large industry and they get all their resources from mainland. So let me see. There are large numbers of iron, aluminium and oil produced in their mainland bases, and when they develop fully, they will become a large enemy. We have Brits here. This is their main base, Calcutta. They are smallest presence on map, but Dutch are smaller than them. Japan right now has biggest fleet. They have much more aircraft, and really they are big presence. But thing about Brits are they are really undeveloped, but their bases have a lot of resources, especially those in Australia. And if they develop them, they could become a really big problem, because they will be able to produce a large numbers of ships and aircraft. And Dutch bases are really here. They don't have main base. They are really weak. There's no large fleet present in these waters. They have just few ships, few airplanes, few people defending them. Let me show you. You can see there are just 0 ships, 0 planes here. They'll get eventually some ships, but they're just destroyers or smaller support ships. They're not really a threat. So we'll try to take those bases on Borneo, Sumatra and Java as soon as we can, because they are rich with oil, and as we know, Japs had really big problems with oil production in the beginning of war. Really they just focused on importing. We have one big base with oil production, and although it's a lot smaller than, for example, Borneo. They have like 7,000 production capability, and we have almost 2,000. It's really bad, but it's all we can get. So we need to conquer these bases and really secure these islands and secure transport routes from here all the way to our mainland bases, where all oil and iron and aluminium will be going. It's very important that we eliminate Americans from I apologize, I unintentionally stopped the recording. So what I'm saying, it's we need to remove the USA from Philippines, so we will have a clear route to the mainland. I don't like all these colors and thing is, so I'll remove them. Show zone boundaries, no. Ownership, no. And show visibility range, yes. And I will turn off the missions from the government, because they are very time consuming and they are not very rewarding. So they really don't have sense, but you can play them. There are small rewards, but they are just time consuming. And I will enable weekly automatic save, because I don't want to lose any progress because of crashes or stuff like that. It's okay. So we'll remove the leaving storm area pop-up message. I don't want that. Now I will show you my homeland bases. Here is Tokyo, it's mainland, its main base. We have here formations. These are all our ships and aircrafts. There are like 7 aircraft carriers. 6 of them are regular aircraft carriers, and there is one, I think, yeah, escort carrier Zuiho. We have a lot of battleships. We have 10 of them, and all those light and heavy cruisers, submarines, which are pretty important to crippling enemy transport and destroying their transport routes, crippling their supply lines and stuff like that. We have aircrafts. There are like 350 catapult launch scout aircrafts. They are pretty lame. They can't do anything except do the recon. We have a lot of them. We have little outdated Ki-43 fighters, medium bombers. They are really important. Seaborne dive bombers, seaborne fighters, and torpedo bombers. Those seaborne fighters are A5M. They are obsolete and outdated. I think we will sell them to Germans for a little of profit, but we'll do that later in game. Here is warehouse screen. Here we can see the oil, ammo and torpedoes, which are stacked at base. Also there will be anti-aircraft guns, coast artillery here, but we haven't produced any of them yet. And here is people screen. Here we have seamen and pilots. Those seamen are like captains and admirals. They are a pretty important factor in your big fleets. And this is Yamamoto Isoroku. He is like the greatest admiral of all time, with the US Admiral Nimitz. We'll set him as Commander-in-Chief. And a little music. What they do, they improve fleets' morale, and fleets become more, like smarter. They do better in combat, and we have all these stats like experience, charisma, morale, intelligence. Some of them have very good stats like this one, Yamaguchi Tamon, and we have some of them which are less experienced like this one, Hiroaki Abe. And we have here a little description, like small biography. It's really interesting to read those stuff. And here we have pilots. They are same like admirals and captains, but they can't take command of whole fleet. They just, you can make them the commander of fleet, but you can make them commander of air fleets and large aircraft groups, and they do the same thing as admirals. They improve your unit's performance in battles, and they all can die. All seamen and pilots are present in your ships and planes, and you can see a little icon above the ship or plane, which is commanded by one of those characters, and if it's destroyed or shut down, they just died, they are lost. Here we have building panel. We'll build industrial buildings. Here we have all those things like production, defense, miscellaneous, and this is Tokyo, and it's our main base, and it's the most developed base. And we have here this little window. Here we can see how much engineers we have and how much of them is used. Every industrial building uses 1500 engineers to be built, and you can see this is blinking, this building is blinking. When these two are completed, this one will automatically start to build and engineers will move on. For example, I'll put these hospitals. They will move on to building this factory and these hospitals. I think they take 200 engineers to build. And also we'll put in building we'll put all those schools. They are used for training and recruitment of new troops. As war progresses, you will lose your pilots, sailors, soldiers and engineers due to battle casualties or due to various sickness and like malaria and diarrhea and stuff like that. And there's a rule. If the base is closer to equator, which is somewhere here, the base is more, how to say, there's a bigger mortality rate in those bases. More people die from all those sicknesses, so it's important to build hospitals, and they reduce mortality rate and they really save you a lot of troops later in game. I will continue building. Here we have just 350 people, engineers, but we'll move some of our engineers from other bases as soon as we finish their development. They have sufficient numbers and we'll build barracks. It's important to have lot of barracks because they increase number of troops that can be trained and stationed in the base. I'll just continue developing my bases. We'll build hospitals. Firing range. Firing range is used for training troops, and when you train troops they gain more experience and they perform well in battle. So we'll check this and we will build those. Okay, this will take some time because the industrial buildings are taking a bit more time to produce, to be built, than those barracks and warehouses. They are built pretty fast. Barracks, warehouses, tanks and all those small buildings. But ports, airfields, industrial buildings, they take some time. Really. And we'll be building industrial building in Shanghai, temple. I don't know, it is pronounced Shanghai or Shanghai or I don't know. So I'm not native English speaker, as you could notice so far, so I'll be having some problems with pronouncing all those names of bases, and I hope you don't mind that. I hope I'm not that bad. Here we'll build hospital, barracks, one more, and warehouse. We'll do the same for Saigon. We'll build hospitals. I want to reduce mortality rate in all those bases. Later on we will send some engineers in those bases to develop them industrially, to build some industrial buildings. As you can see, they have a large iron capacity production. It's not large, but it's good enough. It's still smaller than Port Arthur or Chosen or Shanghai, but it will be okay, and we need every bit of resources we can get. On Okinawa we'll be building all those schools, hospitals, and we'll build an airfield. We'll upgrade an airfield. Here we'll do the same thing and build hospital. We see, yeah, we'll upgrade hospital. When you build the airfield, only smaller planes can land on that airfield. You have to upgrade it so the bigger airplanes can land, and the bigger the airfield is, the bigger plane can land there and resupply. And what port do? They decrease loading and unloading time of your transports and fleets. They are, I don't think they are very important, but it's nice to have them, but they shouldn't be a big priority. Now we'll build defensive structures. Defensive structures, they increase amount of soldiers that enemy have to send on your base to capture it. For example, when you don't have defense structures, enemy has to have at least 1.5 times more soldiers than you do, and when you increase it, then enemy has to have like 3 times larger force, or I think 4 times larger force than you to capture the island. And that means that it's very good to have those structures. I will build one more warehouse here. I want to make this truck, or I don't know how it's pronounced, base as my point of attack. From here I will attack all those bases: Rabaul, Guadalcanal, Port Moresby, Townsville, and I will try to send raids on those bases and reduce the number of ships and soldiers in them and take them, because the US will surely try to supply Brits with iron and ammunition, like it was in history. They will try to use this route to get to Australia and later on to Ceylon or Calcutta. Now I will upgrade this one. Now I'm showing you something. This mod enables you to trade with other nations. As you can see, they don't have very good opinion of us, but Germany is our biggest ally and only ally, and we can trade resources and bases, later on technologies. But if you trade units with, for example, USA, you can trade units, but I wouldn't recommend it, because if you trade your units and they give you their units, like their aircraft, their ships, you won't be able to use them on strategic map. You won't be able to deploy them. You may get crashes, or the game will stop working. So I strongly suggest don't trade units with allies nor the Russians. And now I think I will trade these two bases, Pelailu and Antibok. But before I do that, I will send people I will send them to nearby bases, to Jap, transfer all, send people, pilots. Pilots are very important, because I will start losing them quickly at the beginning of war. There will be some big battles, and I will be losing them rapidly, because the Brits have not bad defenses. They have a lot of anti-aircraft guns in their bases. To base, I'll send oil. Oil is our most important resource. We are short on oil, and our plan, our strategy is to quickly take those oil resources, all those bases which have large oil production capabilities. I will do same for Antiwok. I will send all those soldiers to Kwajalein. I'm not sure how that pronounces. I will send the pilots, also soldiers. And at the beginning we have a lot of soldiers, but as we start to attacking enemy bases and ports, we'll lose a lot of them, so we need to train them and we need to be rational with soldiers. Okay, this is like preparation I do every time I begin playing this game. And build airfield here, and now I will save, just it should be like precaution if my game crashes. Now I will show you something from Homeland panel, and then I will have to stop the video because I will reach the limit. Here is our production panel. Here we have all those light cruisers, destroyers, all kinds of ships that we can produce, and Rising Sun added a lot of these ships, and it's really great to have such big variety of ships. Here we have planes, and as you can see they are locked and they need certain technologies to be built. Here we have like defensive things like anti-aircraft guns, coastal guns. Those are coastal guns as anti-aircraft guns. They can shoot the planes down, and those are just against ships. We have radio towers. Later on we have radars. We have to build them and transport them to our outer bases. Here we have ammunition and torpedoes. Later on we have a large variety of missiles. We also have Oka or Kamikaze. I really like those things. And here we have production. No, it's technology screen. Here we have I'll add 1200 HP engine, low thrust propellant engine, ballistic computer, and that should be it. I will buy this technology later in game. They will become viable.